The Most Dangerous Game is a story about how a hunter has become the hunted. With his roles reversed, how will he survive in this unknown land? This is a thrilling adventure full of mind games and suspense. The story begins on a ship in the middle of the night where we meet our protagonist Rainsford. He is a famous quick-witted hunter who has wrote many books about his adventures. He decides to stay up late on the deck for a smoke when he hears a gunshot from a mysterious island. He stands on the rail to get a better look and he falls in the water. After swimming for hours, he finally makes it to the island. And this is where our story really begins. After arriving on the island, Rainsford heard a strange scream, but he was too tired to notice it, so he dozed off to sleep. Shortly later, after he woke up, he decided to investigate. He walked over to where he heard that noise, and he saw evidence of a strange animal struggling to survive. He followed it into the forest, and shortly after found a mansion. Rainsford was confused, but he decided to walk up to the door and knock. The door opens and Rainsford can see a large man standing on the other side. He points his gun at him, and Rainsford tries to communicate. However, he doesn't seem to hear or understand. All of a sudden, however, the man saluted, and Rainsford wondered why. Behind him, however, he saw another man. He greeted Rainsford as if they were familiar, and invited him to have dinner and stay the night. He introduced himself as General Zaroff, and the big man was Ivan. Ivan guided him to his room, and General Zaroff stated that they will be having breakfast in the morning. Rainsford agreed and decided to get some long-awaited rest. After he woke up, he got ready and went down to eat. General Zaroff and Rainsford started having a conversation. Zaroff said he was a hunter, and that he hunted the biggest game on this island. Rainsford didn't understand. He asked if it was tigers, or perhaps leopards, but he said no. He hinted at something, and Rainsford immediately knew that the game they hunted here was men. Zaroff told Rainsford that they will be having a game, one where he will have to survive 3 days and nights without being caught. He gave him a hunting knife, and the game was on. Shortly after escaping the mansion, Rainsford faked a trail so that Zaroff would hopefully get caught up and miss him. However, when he's resting in a tree, he hears some rustling, and it just so happens to be General Zaroff. He slowly looks up the tree. It seems he spots Rainsford. However, he might be toying with him, because he left him alone. In the morning, he climbs down the tree and hears wolves howling. He knows what it means. He knows Ivan will be coming for him with a pack of wolves, and now he has to run. He makes his way to the swamp where he sees Ivan behind him. He rushes through mud and sets up a trap using a plant to fling a knife at him and hopefully kill Ivan. After killing Ivan, Rainsford runs away from Zaroff with his last breath and jumps in the ocean. Zaroff seems disappointed and decides to head back to the mansion, thinking that was the end of Rainsford. He goes in bed and tries to fall asleep. However, Rainsford appears out of nowhere. He talks to Zaroff and convinces him that he needed a turn at hunting him. Zaroff agreed and left the room. Zaroff leaves the room and Rainsford gets in the bed. Rainsford has a very good sleep.